video. So for this one, I'm going to be talking about backtesting. And so in a lot of the videos, you basically, at the end of the video, I told you to go back into the chart and backtest the charts for yourself. But what do I actually mean by that is, essentially, backtesting will allow you to go back into the past market and past price action to practice and test everything that I've been teaching you without any financial consequences. So like testing out everything you're learning on the current market and trading current market and like trying to figure it all out whilst training your own money, you're because you're new to it, you're probably going to be losing money and stuff. But if you go back into the past markets, you can basically backtest it and test out the strategy, test out everything you've been taught without losing any money, without facing any consequences whatsoever. So to do a quick example, right, what you want to do is reduce this as low as possible, right? Just reduce it all the way. Now, sorry, give me a second. All the way. And you want to do this because you want to be as honest as possible with yourself. So let's just say right about here, right? You want to press the replay tool and just click anywhere you want. Let's just say here, for example, right? And then we make the chart bigger. Now, what you kind of want to do is start identifying things. So let's just say, let's go to the 8 hour. Okay, let's just say, for example, we had a break-off structure here to the upside. We have corporation, so price didn't just reject off of that level, and you want to see price kind of like, let's just say mark out this inefficiency over here. Okay, you're like, okay, cool, he taught me inefficiencies, I see an inefficiency over here. And then, so this is the replay tool. If you click this, you can go back onto any bar. So let's just say I want to go back up to here. It will chop that section of the bars off. And then you click play to obviously play. And then this button over here will forward it by 1 bar each. So okay, you're like, I see that we tapped inefficiency. So now what I would do is go back to my, let's just say my 10-minute, and I'd wait for some form of entry. So let's just keep playing this, see what happens. Let's go to the 5-minute. Okay, so let's just replay this back here. So you're like, okay, cool, we came up above this wick over here, we took that out, we didn't just reject off it, we kind of like had some sluggish price action to the downside. You're like, okay, I don't mind taking my trade off of this inefficiency fulfillment over here. So what you do is you put this long chart up over here, you have a nice 4 pip stop loss, and you start targeting external range liquidity, let's just say above here, for example. So what you want to do is you want to chart it all up, right? So you'd come here, type sign of strength, let's put it to 20. We've got sign of strength there. You'd write like here, you write 5-minute inefficiency. Then here you'd write, for example, TP1 external range liquidity. TP1 external range liquidity. So what you want to do here is, come to the camera icon here, and you want to save the image, right? Now once you save it, go to whatever you're going to use to journal and start typing up the reasons why you've decided to enter, right? You obviously want to do this when you go back to let's just go back to the daily, for example. you obviously want to do this here as well. You want to say, okay, we had some form of sign of strengths over here, some form of break of structure. We had what's this, the daily inefficiency within this region over here. You type it all up again, take a picture of it, and what's it called? You want to go to your whatever you use to chart up, and I'm sorry, whatever you use to journal your trades, and start writing the reasons why you've decided to enter. So for example, in here, let me just show you. This is what I use, and I might make a little video on this app called Notion. So for example, I have everything within here. Let's go to trading journal. Every week, all my trades are journaled, right? So let's just go, for example, week 15. You see that I've not only taken screenshots, taken the pictures and inserted them, so if I ever need to go back, I can like see, oh, okay, this is why I took this trade, this is why I worked out. But I write why I entered. This was my POI, and my short bias was due to me shorting GJ for the last 3 weeks and having that sense for the pair and understanding price. So, and then here I talked about the reaction, the levels, the inefficiency, sponsored candles, everything's journaled, everything's detailed, right? Look at my entry. Talk about my entry again, make it as detailed as possible. Come here, management, how I managed everything, and I do this for every single trade I enter, and even trades I backtest. For example, this one, I do the same. So what you want to do is obviously go. Let's just go back to the 5 minute, for example. So here, price tap this inefficiency and just ran to the upside. And then you go, yep, successful trade. I decided to break even when this level here was broken. So now risk free the position and I let this run. And that's how you basically learn everything, backtest it without facing any consequences. And then you'd be like, okay, cool, here we came and tapped the external range liquidity. I had a 4 pip stop loss and I made what, 16%. Just journal everything, write down the reasons why, write down what you could have done better, write down if it didn't go well, write down why it didn't go well, go back test everything. Sorry. And yeah, besides that, thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me on to the next.